Um, what's your name?
My name is Asa, but my full name is Asapate.
What is
My last name is Ohate. My middle name is Christine. Yeah.
What does your name mean?
My first name means the most beautiful. My last name Ohalate means the public are watching. And my middle name means, I don't know, whatever Christine means.
Do you have dreams?
Like physical, like literally or figuratively or both?
Both.
Both. I used to not have a lot of dreams, but now I have a lot of dreams recently. I don't know why, because I've been smoking a lot of weed recently, and like you're not supposed to have dreams. Well, most people don't have dreams.
Yeah.
They smoke weed. But I feel like I do have dreams. I feel like isn't there like a dream or like just a feeling that everyone I feel like is like you're called to, like that's what you're born into life to do. So I feel like if that counts as a dream, then I have dreams.
What are they, if you don't mind sharing?
No. Maybe to be like a poet, a a person of the people, like like just someone who's always with the community and someone who's always has family. And I just want to be. I feel like my dream is just to share my love and my joy for life with other people. If that makes sense. Like in my job, let's say, I'm in psychology right now, and I feel like my dream is to be a psychologist that actually does research on things that matter. But I can also like not have to go to work every day, and I can like travel across the country and just meeting people, and I can be with people I love, and also to write like all the shit that I want to write, and like just take all the things that I have in my brain and stencil them down somewhere that maybe someone in like 20 years could be like, oh shit, she's me. That's my dream, I think.
And so it shall be. That's cool.
Really?
Yeah, that's real cool.
Have you been interviewed? How many interviews have you done?
Not that many, honestly.
Someone needs to interview you.
Do you want to interview me?
Yeah, I do.
Alright, I'll sit down.
Okay, on the stairs. Wait, let me put my bag down.
Dang, yeah, I haven't really been.
Do you want me to ask you the same question?
Ask whatever you want to ask.
Okay. Hey.
Bonjour.
What's your name?
I'm Arnaud Turner, formerly known as Jason. Yeah.
What is significant about you going by the name Arnaud? Like, why is that your introduction to the world?
It represents my mother. It's my mother's family's name. And I just think it makes sense, like, to represent your mother and your father and carry their names.
Yeah. That's really cute. What is the last thing that you really hoped for and it came true?
I hoped for peace, and I've had peace. I hope for friends, and I've had friends. I hope for freedom, and I've had freedom. Hope for love, and I've had love. Everything I've hoped for, I've been given, and I thank God for that. Yeah, and I trust like anything that I don't have. And there's a lot of things I don't have. I can't even think of any of that, So I guess I have them. Yeah.
Would you ever tell, even if you think you don't have a deep, dark secret, would you ever tell your deepest, darkest secret to someone who you really trusted?
Yes, yeah. Because I think trust is to trust. So like just not know, but take that leap of faith and believe that someone will see you and treat you as you want to be treated, and you treat other people that way and it'll happen.
Yeah, of course.
To you.
What is the last quote that you felt really enamored by?
Oh, there's been a lot.
could say a bunch more.
Okay, I have a lot. Yeah. No lie can live forever. That's what Martin Luther King said. No lie
Okay.
can live forever. Um, Till my cup runneth over. I've been thinking about that part. It's just when you're walking like with the spirit and like acknowledging where your power comes from, you'll be overwhelmed. Like, and each day is new. Each day is new. That's another one I've been thinking about.
That's a really
when I
good
wake
one.
up.
I just love that. It just has so much swag in it. Like, till my
each
cup
day.
runneth over.
Each day.
It's like in abundance. I love that.
Yeah. My favorite one for a while has been the most common way people give up their power is by thinking they don't have any. That one sat in front of me all throughout high school. And it was just there, but I never realized it was there.
Yeah.
It's there.
And now it's there.
Yeah. There's a prayer I like a lot. It says, glory be to the Father and to the Maker of creation, as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, a world without end. Amen.
Wow.
And that's when they say it in the Catholic Church, but then also Rastafarians say it before they smoke weed. So I say that one before I smoke. And it usually leads me.
Right.
Yeah, it guides my experience.
I love those quotes.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing them with me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add some of them to my notes. If you had another chance with someone or anyone, like the most recent or anyone that you like fell off with, like lost your connection intentionally or unintentionally, if you had like something to say to them, what would you say? And would you reconnect it? Or would you just want to say your piece and leave it at that?
That's a great question. I would say I love you. Like, I'm so grateful to know you. You don't forget knowing people.
Yeah.
It's like spirit doesn't die and energy and all that stuff transcends our flesh and the laws of time and men. So I'd say that I'm grateful to know you and that I trust we're both headed to the place we're meant to be. And if that place leads us back together, then it will be, and if not, but I say trust with what your heart is leading you to do. And sometimes that's in your own direction, sometimes that's with people. Yeah, trust. That's what I would say, trust.
That's really beautiful though. I love that. I feel like love is never really forgotten too. Like it doesn't exist in the flesh, like history. Like it's never forgotten. It's only replicated. So.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a little. I kind of bit off you, but do you have any dreams, and what are those dreams?
Oh, okay. I have a lot of dreams.
Okay.
Physical, material dreams, like stuff I hope to be. The ultimate dream I would say is I hope to serve whatever the will of God is. But like when I get into my selfish way, I was like, I really want a horse one day.
Yeah.
And I want to have a like farm and just be growing food in a porch with a piano on it.
Same, but I have to be ready for that work.
Like, I have to earn it.
Right.
I have to earn it and work for it. But I want to be able to feed like people. Like I really want to grow food to feed people and feed people with my spirit, with love, with everything. So that's my dream. But dreams, like sleeping dreams, I've had a lot of really vivid ones. I had this one, dream recently with my great grandmother and my uncle. And we were walking into this church. And my great grandmother was very old when I knew her. But in this dream, she was a little bit younger, like the age she was when she was my dad's grandmother.
Yeah.
And she was walking fast in the church, and my uncle was like walking a little bit slower, and he was just singing the spiritual, like I don't even remember he was just singing this spiritual song. And my uncle in real life isn't the type of person that I would have ever expected to like express his spirit so nakedly. And he was just singing this beautiful hymn. And my great grandmother hears it and starts singing it too, and she's walking in the church and she's singing loud, and then she just gives this whole sermon about how you need to like follow the Holy Spirit and just walk. And it was like
that's such a nice dream.
Yeah, it was like she was sending me a message in the dream, and then but then it really took a turn because it was like we were blessing corn on the cob, like everyone had corn on the cob. And it was like the best corn on the cob you could imagine, like roasted, barbecue, like dripping with butter. And we all had this corn on the cob in foil, and we were like blessing it. And I just remember I was like, "Ooh, this about to hit." And then like out of nowhere, like people just started pulling out like hard liquor, like they had like Hennessy and like I don't know. And then the goal was to get drunk and enjoy the
corn, yeah.
So that was the dream.
Okay, that's a really nice dream. Yeah. Okay, I have one last question. What is the last food or last piece of art that made you cry? Like food and the last piece of art like any media, like TV shows, paintings, music.
That made me cry.
A book, a poem, a graphic, a picture, a drawing, any food that like has any. That's a question itself. Has any food ever made you cry, like from eating it?
Gumbo has made me cry.
Oh really?
Yeah. But yeah, it's because there's memories attached to gumbo. But art, I heard this song at a funeral the other day. It was this woman was singing this song. It's like, his eye is on the sparrow, his eye is on me. And that hit. Yeah, and it was like you just heard everything. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. This is just reminding me of my dad, because if you ever see him with his video recorder, like at a party, he literally be standing like, I kid you not, like crossed, exactly like me.
Yeah, you're
That's crazy.
You know what's crazy? My grandfather, his name is Norris Gilbert Tanner Sr.
Oh, Norbert Gilbert Tanner Sr.
Yes, a G. But he took all these videos in his lifetime, like, of just like carrying around a camcorder, and it's crazy because my dad did that too.
Wow.
And then like I just found recently like all of his videos.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're fine. Sorry.
And he has like a huge collection of just videos he took, and it's like exactly the kind of stuff I would record.
Yeah.
And like my dad did it too, and it's like I got his video camera. And I don't know, it's just like this, and I think things find themselves.
Yeah.
Too, you know, like I like to say we are our ancestors. Like
I most definitely.
Our DNA is comprised, and our common ancestor is God.
Like history is in the flesh.
Yeah, we're walking with their ears, their eyes, their sense, the spirit,
their laughter, their fears, their hopes,
all their features. Yeah.
That's crazy.
You can't, it's like Maya Angelou said something, you go grocery shopping with your ancestors. Like, it's like your great grandmother is behind you.
Yeah, literally.
Like, yeah, it's like you don't walk alone, you never walk alone. God is with you, literally.
Do you believe in the power to reincarnate? And if you did, what do you think we reincarnate into? What would you like to reincarnate into? It's like loaded, but.
I like to think I'm on my last life if reincarnation is real and that I can go to heaven. I also think of life sometimes as like I grew up Christian and I kind of stick with it, and it's like the heaven and hell and the purgatory, and sometimes I feel like earth could be purgatory where we decide where we go ultimately. But when I think of reincarnation and entertain the thought, I like to think I would come back as a falcon. Cause yeah, there's a lot of falcons in my neighborhood, and I just felt connected to them. Or a male deer with horns.
Oh yeah.
A deer. I'll say a deer actually.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
To reincarnate.
But I think in general, like when it comes to reincarnation, like life, it's like when someone dies, they become part of every living thing.
Yeah.
Like it's like we'll be reincarnated in everyone we love and everything we touch and everyone we didn't know. It's like the butterfly effect. So we are reincarnations and we will be reincarnated in a spiritual way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I don't know if I believe that my soul as it is will be the same in the next life, you know?
Yeah.
Because my soul changes every day. Every morning I wake up, I'm like, who am I today?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the same. I literally don't even go by the same name. Like, you know, it's like, I'm not the same person. I've grown, I've changed. Yeah.
What are 3 words to describe your laugh? 3 words to describe your laugh. Like the sound of
Like my father.
The intensity.
My father.
That's a really good laugh. That's a really good feeling.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a good question.
No, there's no pressure. My favorite color is blue.
I was just no way.
Yeah.
How did you know I was thinking that?
Yeah. Telepathy.
Okay.
But that specifically the color blue, like right
Why?
after the sun sets, and it's like there'll be a pocket between clouds and it'll be glowing blue.
Yeah.
That blue.
What is something that you wanted to do this summer and you didn't get to do, so you hope to do right now? If there is anything.
I feel like I've consistently, every time I make like a list of goals of the things I want to do, I've been like, I want to be able to pay my own rent.
Yeah.
And I didn't do that. It's like, I will be able to do that. Like, I want to be financially independent soon.
Right.
And by the grace of God, I will be. And I trust that I'll find a way and ways will find me. So
And they will.
that's my hope, because I want to be able to help my parents and not be a burden financially. And just help people. Like, I have a lot of ideas, and having, if only Monopoly money was real, that would be really. But I also think that generally we have what we need with what we have, and that's another thing that I've been working on lately. Is like not being like, oh, like I need this to do that. It's like, no, like I made an album this summer and I just recorded it on voice memos.
Right.
It's like I didn't need to go to this, and I feel like a lot of times we look at things we don't have and use it as an excuse. But my dad gave me this poem one time, and we memorized this: excuses are monuments of nothing, which build bridges that lead to nowhere. Those who use these tools in confidence are masters of nothing.
I've heard that quote like so many times.
Yeah.
It's a really nice quote. What is a food that you recently learned to make?
I've been making a lot of Jamaican curry chicken in the past like 6 months about, lately, I'm trying, I made mussels the other night for the first time ever. I need to experiment with food more.
Yeah, same.
That's what I'm realizing. Yeah.
Same. I just made like this seafood pasta like 2 nights ago, and it was really good. Like all I did was get like a bag of seafood, like literally from the grocery store next to me, and I put it in the like pot, and I put some pasta, and I put some butter, and, like some sauce, and it was really, really good. And I was like, that was literally like a $7 meal.
Yeah. It's crazy. I've been good with that. Like I've been using the same ingredients, but mixing up the way I prepare them.
Yeah.
So I use black beans a lot of the time, and like today I mashed them up and made kind of like a curry out of them. And I put some curry powder and pepper and salt, and it didn't even taste like beans. It was just like, and I put it over rice.
That sounds really good.
And then I'll make this like rice, this dirty rice sometimes where I put a taco seasoning and like all this seasoning, and then beans, and then cheese, and it comes out really good. I don't know. I'll be making. I eat mainly beans and rice and mangoes. Yeah. Yeah.
Beans and rice and mangoes is a top 3.
Yeah.
Run. Ooh, I feel like rice would be one of mine. But can I put kombucha for one of the foods? Because I drink kombucha a lot, like an ungodly.
Yeah.
Not more than the recommended, but I drink a lot.
Yeah.
Rice kombucha and rice kombucha and
That is hard.
oranges.
Orange juice. Oranges or orange juice?
Orange, both.
Oh.
Maybe orange juice, actually. I drink a lot.
That's my parents. I swear, every time I go home, the fridge, it'll have like barely anything, and it's just like 5 orange juice.
Like,
I'm like, there's only 2 of y'all.
It's too good. It's too good. It's like an addiction. Like, it's literally so bad. It's so bad.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
I've been drinking only water lately. It sucks. It's because I'm broke. It's like,
no,
it's
because
like,
Java Can is $7.
Juice. I'm like, what?
$7 a bottle nowadays?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so.
Literally, the 3 kombucha bottles I have in my fridge I stole from the deli, like around the corner from me. I literally just put them in my purse when he was making my sandwich, and they have been supporting me for the last 3 days. What is something that someone told you before and you always thought like, oh, that's not true, or like you never understood it, and then you had like an epiphany? Or it doesn't have to be related to something someone told you, but just the idea that you always harbored.
Something new I learned. The other day I was at this garden, and I feel like one thing that I've like thought for a while I didn't know I could do is grow like stuff. Like, you know, it's like you can have children, you can bear fruit. Like, you know, it's like we're seeds. Like with our lives, we're seeds. And it's just been recognizing that, like, oh, I can sow seeds and I can like do the things that people before me have done.
Yeah.
And even outdo the things people before me have done, because I think that's why they did them. Like, I was watching videos of Martin Luther King earlier, and he was just talking about how like the next generation needs to recognize that what they have was because of the sacrifices of people before them. And it's just like, when I think of my ancestors and stuff, it's like I am free. Like, even though it's not perfect, it's like I have so much more to stand on, where it's like it only makes sense that we're capable of things. And it's like, that's a scary thought, because you're like, oh shoot, like I actually need to get to work. Or, like,
yeah.
You know, but it's like, you can do it.
Yeah, you can.
And I think it's also small. Like, I don't think it has to be some grandiose, like, it's every day. It's the interactions you have, the way you smile at people you pass by. That's really where the revolution won't be televised.
Yeah, I was walking down the street, or I think I smiled at this train conductor, and then we fist bumped. I was just like, I wonder if everyone felt like the joy, the happiness I felt just to smile at other people, like to see them smile back. I was like, dang, like if everyone felt like that, then
the world would be nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like people do feel like that, but maybe they're so conditioned to ignore it. So.
Yeah. And it feels like right now there's more and more of they want us to, and I don't even know who they is, but it just feels like there's a force that's trying to keep us from being sociable, kind to each other, and just we're becoming very individualistic as a society. It's like just that desire to give rather than get.
Yeah.
That's something new I've been learning. For a while, I always loved receiving gifts. Lately, I've been liking giving gifts.
Yeah.
And I want to give more gifts.
I feel like I used to be such a only receiving gifts person, because giving gifts was the biggest thing in my family. It still isn't. Like now, Nowadays, I'm really trying to get better at giving gifts, and I really saw like, I don't know, like just seeing something, having like the thought of someone else in my head, and be like, wow, like that's amazing. Like I want to buy this for you because I think
It's a manifestation of love.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's like a
God gives gifts. Yeah. Everything gives. Life gives gifts. You know. Manifestation of love.
Fuck. I had a question, but I forgot it. That was good too.
Ah, damn.
Do you think you're awkward?
Do I think I'm awkward? I don't know. I don't know what awkward means. I feel like everyone has a different definition. I don't think about it too much. You know, like, yeah, I think I'm myself and I'm sensitive. And I think I'm sensitive in the fact that I see a lot, hear a lot, smell a lot, taste a lot, feel a lot. And I'm aware sometimes that'll make me be sensitive to some energy or whatever that might make me seem or come off awkward to other people.
Yeah.
But it's really because I'm just feeling, like I'm not feeling like the vibe.
Yeah. That's me. I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like I try not to make it obvious, but I feel like if I wasn't me and if I was like someone else looking at me, I'd be like, it'd be obvious.
Yeah.
Like you're not talking.
Yeah.
I need to stop.
No, I have not been asking.
Forgetting my question.
It makes me think.
What would you buy with $832 if you had it right now, cash in hand?
Cash in hand, what would I buy? I've been reading this book that said always save 10% of what you earn, so I'll definitely put that away.
Right.
I would definitely buy an amp for my guitar. One of those portable ones. There was toothpaste. Because I need toothpaste, some paper towels. Oh, I'll buy myself some nice food to cook with. I don't even know what I would get.
Like
I would
just some nice.
Yeah, I would get some plantain.
Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah, I'll get fresh fruit all the time.
Plantain should have been on my top 3 foods.
Oh yeah.
I eat them. I eat
them
a lot.
Yeah.
Love to eat some plantain.
They're so good. Yeah, I would get some good food to cook. And I would cook for a lot of people. I like to have like a big meal. So that would probably take a lot of the money is the meal. What else? I feel like there's something else I want to buy. I don't know.
You can't remember it. Okay, we can come back to it.
Maybe like a pair of shoes or something. You know,
what shoes?
Yeah.
Have you been looking
at jeans, a nice pair of jeans.
Have you been looking at any jeans recently? Have you ever seen a pair of jeans and be like, oh, that's
not lately, honestly. I've been like, damn, where to get jeans? But I don't go shopping that much. Yeah. I'm trying to be like disciplined. I don't know. Those material things though, it's like I think about it and then I'm like, I have enough. I just want to be able to feed myself. So mainly food, like, yeah.
What's something you saw recently that made you really disgusted? It doesn't have to be like ethically or morally. It could be like something you saw on the street or like on your phone.
It's interesting, like disgusting things I tend to forget immediately. Trying to think about them. You see a lot of this. One of the most disgusting like memories I have is I was on the train and it was just like this older man, could have been like my grandfather or something, but he was just like really out of it, like on drugs. And he was just harassing people. And everyone was old on the train. I was going home, it was a Sunday morning, and I guess only like old people ride the train on Sunday morning. And everyone on the train was really old. And there was like these 2 old women sitting across. And like, it was just such a terrible scene because this old broken black man, like, who could be someone. He probably is someone's grandfather, like, and father and friend and son, like, and he's just harassing people, like angry at the world and threatening everyone he came across. And I was just sitting there, and I saw the old black woman sitting across from me. She was like looking at me because I was like getting ready to defend the people sitting around me and myself if I needed to, because he was like going up to people like about to like grab, and I was like, I'm not gonna let him like hit this woman or you know. And I was like clenching my fist, and the old woman sitting across from me saw me with my fist clenched and saw this man, and I just saw a tear like in her eye, and it was like it was crazy, and it was like the fact that I felt that, and it was just a bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was gross.
Yeah,
Like,
it
it was
seems
really
real
gross.
surreal.
Yeah.
What is a movie that you wish you would have directed, or a movie idea that you would direct?
Okay, I have a lot of movie ideas. My idea, I really wanted to direct Percy Jackson. Like that was always when I was like, I want to do. But they're making that TV show. So
I hope it's really good.
I hope it's good, but I'm not gonna say it. But like, yeah, I hope it's good. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. The trailers look alright, but like in my head, I was like really looking forward to how I saw it in my brain, and I think I'll make a really cool Percy Jackson. But I do have this idea for a story that I'm gonna tell, but it's gonna be like Percy Jackson, but like the way I view the world, and like from the perspective of a black person. I don't know, a black kid. And it's where everyone who's descended from slaves or whatever, like anyone who had an ancestor that went through the Middle Passage, receives powers. Like it's like there's this change in the sun, and
Hell yeah.
and black people receive powers, and there's this like complete apocalypse as a result of black people getting like literal power. Like we receive the power over nature, like the Orishas, and we're connected. Where it's like the Greek gods are just gentrified Orishas, and it's like how in Percy Jackson they receive their godly parents. Like every black person receives their Orisha, and they either get nature control over water or wind or fire or whatever is aligned with that nature spirit. And it's just like this complete collapse, and the government knew that this change in the sun was going to happen that triggers it. And so they prepared all these jails, they built all these jails and prepared all this stuff to go to war with black people when the power comes. So it's just like this bizarre, what happens when you go into martial law, what happens when you have to leave your neighborhood, and when the police are after, it's like this, everything's normal and it falls apart, and the film would be kind of like, imagine like Harry Potter, Percy Jackson,
What would be,
Divergent.
sorry not to interrupt.
Yeah.
What would be the opening shot and the closing shot? Fresh off your head, it doesn't have to be
No,
definitive.
I know, I already know it. It's gonna be the sun's falling down on the ocean, and you're gonna see like initially like it's gonna be like black, and then just like you're gonna see someone's eyes, and the eyes look dead, like they're not moving, like it just, and you just see the eyes, and there's this sun, but it's like a firelight just getting closer and closer, and their eyes are getting brighter and brighter as the sun is falling towards them, and then it like pans out, and you see there's an ocean filled with all these like black people of all different complexions just like floating like on the ocean, like they're like dead, but they're not dead, they're just in this state of like.
And that's every black person on the planet.
Yeah, like all, like it's in this ocean, like a vast ocean, and you see the sun falling, and then like as the sun gets closer, it's like a boy like standing in the form of the sun, and like everyone's like, there's all this commotion, like everyone starts to drown, and then they start to float again, and it's like, yeah, that was the opening scene.
That's really good.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah.
I really like the idea of the sun falling, and then everyone like in this temporal state of like, not like, what's it called, purgatory, but like the opposite of purgatory, like you're like exactly where you need to be, like you're just about to get there.
Yeah,
it's really nice.
It's gonna be called Descendants of the Sun.
Ooh, okay, not the literal Descendants of the Sun first.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any more questions?
What other instrument do you think you'll play if you have one?
Um, I've been playing a lot of different instruments lately. Like any instrument I can get my hands on. The one that I just bought a violin. I just need to get a bow, a violin. I'll buy a violin bow with that $842.
Yeah.
I need to get a violin bow. I ordered one off eBay and it came and it was like literally like jank, like it didn't work.
Oh no.
So I need to get a good one. Like I need to get a nice violin bow because I have a violin, I just don't have a bow.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna learn to play the hell out of that violin.
Maybe you just need to change like the little strings on the bow and like
sand
it.
Yeah.
Cause isn't that? Can you do that with the bow? Let's buy a whole new one.
Oh, I don't know. You might be right. It might be an easy fix.
No, but
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right. You don't know. What? Oh, it says change the battery pack.
It starts time.
Okay. It says red X over the battery.
It'll be fine. Yeah, it'll be.
Okay. What is a piece of clothing that you've really come to admire?
This
could be accessory.
This hat, yeah. I cut my hair recently.
Oh, nice.
And I started being able to wear hats again. And I got this hat in New Orleans. I don't know if you can see it. But at Mardi Gras, one of my cousins threw it off his float. And it was just sitting in my room for a while. And then after I cut my hair, I was like, oh, I have a hat. And I started wearing it again. And I really like it. Like, it makes me feel like I'm wearing my family, like representing. Yeah.
It's a really nice hat.
Thank you.
I like hats. I need to get a hat, but I feel like all the hats I have make me look like not how I want to look, so I don't wear them. But I need to get like a really cute hat.
Yeah, there's nice ones at Malcolm Shabazz Market in Harlem.
Oh, let me remember that so I don't forget it.
Yeah, I'll send you the video. Anyone watching this video, Malcolm Shabazz Market.
Who do you think is gonna watch this video?
Yeah.
Well, you know how long we've been recording for?
How long?
37 minutes.
Damn.
I know.
Dang. That's cool. This is the only interview I think I have, honestly.
Ever? Like your whole life? Well, first.
Yeah. Wow.
Do you have any questions that you were gonna ask me that I should ask you? Something you want to end off the interview with?
I usually ask people what they have hope in. I have hope in the present. Yeah.
Period?
Yeah, the present, hope in the present.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. What do you have?
And eternity, hope in the present and eternity, because they're one of the same.
I feel like I have hope in the future and in the present too. What do you have doubts in? If you have any.
Earlier in the week, I got asked to list out. This is a great exercise, especially if you're like working on characters or anything, or just want to introspect.
Yeah.
It's write down 50 of your fears and 50 things you want, desire. So 50 fears and 50 desires. And when I was thinking about the fears, I was like, I might as well just not pay attention to these. Because like it could happen, but me fearing it isn't gonna help.
No.
Maybe the fear will lead me to act on something, but usually fear just inhibits people. And I have a vivid imagination, so sometimes my fears are very scary, but it's like I'd rather pay attention to the beautiful things and not entertain the thought of what terrible could happen. Why not ask what's the best thing that could happen? And I think what you put your mind to will usually manifest. It's like what you focus on, you magnify. And I don't want to focus on fear.
Wow, that was nice. Um, all my responses are like, oh, that was nice, but that was a really nice response. Like I have no notes to add.
Them words are borrowed.
Yeah, I feel like I always take a few, and I feel like sometimes like if I really like a succession of words, I'll just like say like that phrase or that phrase for like a long time until I wear it out, and then I'm on to a new phrase.
Yeah.
But what do you think is the first thing people notice about you?
Interesting. It's so. I rarely think of how I'm perceived, which I think is. I'm glad I don't.
Yeah.
I hope maybe my like smile or something. Like I hope I'm smiling when I see you, and I feel bad for the people who see me when I'm not smiling. But I hope that becomes less and less. Eventually, never. But I would say my smile, the hair. It used
nice smile.
Yeah, hair and stuff like that. But I don't know. I feel like I wear my ancestors, so I hope they see my ancestors and they see God, because I see God in everybody. Especially the more I get to know people, you start to see God. And God is a complex character, as we all are, and it's easy to forget. Like you see somebody passing by and you're like, oh, they suck, but like they also are cool if you saw more. And then you see someone else at a different point in their story and you're like, oh, they're cool, but maybe they suck.
Yeah.
But no one actually sucks. Everyone's just like on their own journey, and if you can start to suck if you suck.
What is your sign and what does that mean to you?
What is my what?
Sign and what does that mean to you?
I'm a Taurus. It's funny. I haven't thought about. I usually don't think about signs much, but lately every time I meet another Taurus, it makes sense.
Yeah, really.
And that's a cool phenomenon. Yeah, I think that's interesting. And then also probably like the compatibility can be interesting as well. Like they're just patterns. I've been hearing a lot recently that humans are a pattern loving species.
They do love a pattern. And we do love a pattern.
Yeah, and I think God likes patterns as well. And the stars are patterns.
Hello, Fly. Yeah. Oh, I think you got on the camera.
Fly.
It's a show. It's a star.
Yeah.
She's a star. Yeah, I would say like every time I notice a pattern, I'm like, oh, is this a sign? Like, oh, like I love this pattern.
Yeah.
Or it's like sometimes.
Yeah, like what does this mean?
Yeah, like why does she keep hovering over? Like what is that? Yeah. And that's crazy because yesterday when I was at Wash, a bee literally flew into my bag.
There was a bee in my room this morning.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of bees. A bee like on my pillow.
Oh, what? Yeah. When you woke up?
Yeah.
You're kidding me. So like it was alive?
Yeah. I've been friendly with bees recently though. Oh. There's like a vine growing outside of my window and it has flowers on it and all these bees now come. And so they sometimes get in the room like flies, and I woke up and there was a bee like right next to me. Oh, but it's like I know they're not gonna sting me, like we're friends.
Yeah. Like the bee was in my bag, and I just closed my bag for a second, then I opened it back up, and it flew away.
Oh,
I was like,
wow.
oh, bye bee.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really nice.
It's like a visit.
Yeah, it was. I was like, okay, I guess you don't want to stay for too long, so I opened it back up. What is something that is just misunderstood?
Misunderstood. I feel like everything is misunderstood. Like, I have this myth that in the beginning we all communicated through music. It's like before the Tower of Babel.
Yeah.
Like, there was a language that everyone understood. And I feel like that would be like a musical universe. Like it's like when you hear a certain like melody or something, like tune, it can be hummed and it'll move you. And I think that there's like literally some languages that have like that tonal, like, yeah, like in like a lot of African and Asian languages, like you hear it, it's like they sound like they're singing or something when they're talking. And so, shoot, what was the question?
The question was, what is something that you think is misunderstood?
Oh, misunderstood. Yeah. So it's like over time we've become less musical. Like, you know,